Hi Year 5, Miss Barker here for your reading lesson for week 6, and it's Tuesday's lesson today, and we are going to be answering questions based on the meaning of words. In order to do that, looking at our reading skills, we're going to have to clarify to understand the meaning of words. We're also going to have to select and retrieve to find our answers. So let's have a look at some examples. Now, we've done quite a lot of work recently at answering questions based on the text, and we've been doing our skimming and scanning to find words from our questions in order to answer our questions. But this time, for our word meanings, there's not necessarily going to be a word that's exactly the same in the text. We're going to have to use our knowledge of the meaning of the words to find words that are similar, that have got the same meaning. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. Our first one, we're looking in this caption here next to the picture, and it says, find and copy one word which means being in an enjoyable position. So I need to read through this and I need to be thinking about something to do with positioning and something to do with being enjoyable. So it says, since there's no gravity, astronauts can sleep comfortably standing up or even upside down. Now there's the bit about the positioning. It's telling us the standing up and upside down, they are positioning. So what word in there could be an enjoyable position? Well, it says to sleep comfortably. So that word there could also mean an enjoyable position. So that's what I'm going to write into my answer. The word is going to be comfortably. There we are. And I can copy that. I need to make sure as I'm copying it from the text that I am spelling it correctly. We've got no excuses for spelling that wrong. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. It says look into the section space food. So I've found that section that says space food. And it says which word means particularly designed for a task. So let's read through and see what it says. Because there is very little gravity in space, food won't stay on a plate. Well, nothing in there is sort of jumping out at me saying it's a word that means designed for a task. To overcome this problem, still not, astronauts' meals used to come in the form of a paste, stored in a special tube. Oh, special tube. Now that's telling me the tube has to be designed for the paste. So there we are. That word special is telling me that it's particularly designed for the task of holding the paste. So I found that word. So that's what you're going to have a look at your questions now. Pause the video and then come back and we'll take a look at the answers together. Okay, so you should have answered your questions now. So let's have a look at the answers. The first one, you were looking at the section Sky Watching, and it asks you which word does the author use to let the reader know that they need to be ready. So another word for needing to be ready is prepared. I am ready, I am prepared. We can use them in the same way. Number 2, look at the section Sky Watching, and which word describes an area of science? And that word was astronomy. So astronomy is an area of science. Look at the section Starry Nights. Find and copy one word which means to adapt. So I've looked through that and I found the word adjust, which means the same as adapt. I can adapt something or I can adjust it, meaning to change. They both mean to change. Number 4, for Blue Group, look at the section Binoculars. Which adjective does the author use to make you think his eye has no help? And I've looked through a little bit and I found that word eye, and they were talking about the naked eye, so that means there's nothing on the eye to help it. And number 5 is draw some lines to connect the words to the correct definitions. So a lot of these words, we probably know the definitions of them. If you're not sure, do the ones that you know, and then the ones that you don't know, you'll have a smaller selection to choose from. So expensive means higher in price when compared to other items. Cheap means low in price compared to other items. And buy is to obtain in exchange for a payment. So there we are, there's your answers, and that's a little bit of more work on the meaning of words and how we can answer questions around that. Okay, and thank you very much, Year 5.